What is up, guitar friends? Welcome back to a new episode of James Brady Guitar. This week we're taking another look at the Floyd Rose, and this time we're gonna block that bad boy off. Floyd Rose again. So if you're watching my channel, you know that I have two videos about the Floyd Rose. One being the general view of this Ibanez Jiva. So she's back at it again. We're working on her another time. I also did an instruction on how to change the strings on a Floyd and get the bridge to sit flat. Now, my biggest problem from when I got the guitar to changing the strings and everything is this bridge. I love the sound. I dig the fretboard, it's super fast, but hate changing strings, and the benefits of the Floyd just don't outweigh the cons of tuning stability and tuning in general. So what I mean is that the floating bridge can move in either direction, right? We kind of went over all that stuff, the logistics of it. So if I wanted to change a string gauge, I need to adjust the entire guitar, which is a pain. That's not the biggest one, but it's also just if I want to detune, I can't detune, everything's locked up. If I do that, I have to again readjust everything. It's not as simple as just taking this and you can't do that. Yeah, those sort of suck. And also, if the strings do go out of tune, they have these fine tuners here, which is great, but if they do, you know, go beyond that, there's really nothing you can do except you have to unlock the nut, readjust the bridge, go through the whole tuning again. It's just a pain in the ass. Some people love it. They find the tonal qualities of the Floyd with the die bombs and the squeals and stuff just perfect for them. They'll go through the trouble. That's great. I decided it wasn't worth it for me, so we moved on to the next step, which is going to be blocking the Floyd. Alright, so blocking the Floyd is essentially just getting into the back of the guitar, right? We're going to open this cavity. We're going to see that the bridge is in there. It's just one big metal block. There's nothing on either side. And we're going to pretty much just shove stuff in there so that it doesn't move anymore. It's a little more finessed than that. I looked up a bunch of stuff on how to do it. It's the first time I've ever done it too, so if you're learning, we're learning together. But this is already blocked. I did it. I took pictures and a little bit of video of how I did it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys that. I'm going to narrate as I show you, so we'll be on the same page, and then we'll talk about it after. We'll have a little chat about it. So just apologizing for my voice. I'm a little nasally. I got a cold. Sorry. But anyway, you want to get a nice clean workspace going. All your tools out you know you're going to need. You want, it's like here I have like a cloth down, so you know, in between your guitar and whatever workspace, just to protect both. A guitar cradle for the neck is really cool. If you don't have that, a couple of books or textbooks will be great. Just to have a good workspace going on so you have a good flow, you know, like looking for stuff later on. It really helps. Alright, first step is we're going to take off the back plate, take the screws out, put them someplace safe, and we're going to measure this space between the block and the wood right there. So you see the blocks attached to those springs. We're going to measure that space. I have a piece of wood here, a piece of scrap wood. Measured it out, and I used measuring tape. You could use calipers, whatever, but we're measuring that space between the block and the end of the wood. That's what we're gonna use to stop the bridge from moving. As you can see here, I cut it out with a saw. Use whatever, you know, a Dremel or saw, whatever, and it fit perfectly. You can, you know, nudge the bridge in there and just kind of wedge it in, and it's good because it's, you know, you don't have to drill anything or glue anything, and it holds the bridge in place. Now I blocked the other side too with this quarter wrapped in electrical tape. I know that sounds crazy, but it's nice because now it's a fully, you know, stiff bridge. There's nothing you can do to move it in either direction. You don't have to do that side, but I just wanted it to be fully stopped. Alright, so now we put our spring back in, and you see you want the bridge to look like this. You want it to be flush with the body, so kind of flat. You don't want it tilted towards the headstock. You don't want it falling into the guitar. You want it nice and flat. That'll help your strings stay in tune and your intonation and stuff like that. Next thing is we could take these locking nuts off. We don't need them anymore. We're going to be tuning with our actual tuners on the headstock, not with the Floyd, so those can go, which is nice.
And that's pretty much it. Now we put some new strings on this bad boy, and we're good to go. Looking pretty cool. As you can see, I'm trying to move the bridge and it won't move. That's exactly what we want. So we are looking good. Yes.
We got the Ibanez all blocked up. So as you can tell, they're just, you can't move. So even if I hit a string, there's nothing going on there as far as wavering in the sound. Totally blocked off. That wood block and the quarter shoved in there just kind of like kept everything together. It is sort of like, you know, a cheap way to get away with it. You can do it more professionally. There's also like they have an actual pro lock thing they can put into the claw, lock off the whole tremolo. It's like 50 bucks. But you know, this is unscarred, so if you wanted to sell the guitar, you could just take the block out, the quarter out, and you know, you're good to go. So cool, cheap way to do it. You know, and you can do stuff. This is in E right now. If I want to drop it to D. No problems. You know, all the other strings are in tune. Nothing going on with the bridge. So, you know, for me, that's super cool. I like to go in between those two, particularly if I want to drop the guitar half step down to play with another band or play along to something. You know, I don't have to worry about anything crazy, and I still get to use this guitar, which sounds good and feels good. So, you know, it's cool with me. Hope you liked that video. If you did, give me that thumbs up. I hope I helped anybody with their Floyd Rose issues by blocking it or maybe restringing, or if they like it, that's awesome. I've been playing guitar for 20 years, never had a Floyd Rose, finally decided to venture into the deep end, and I'll tell you, it was a roller coaster. I love it, I hated it, loved it, hated it. I will say that blocking it off though has put this guitar in sort of my comfort zone where I know I can tune no matter what. The bridge is stable, so like I could bring this to a show and not be in my pants that it's gonna go crazy on me. Yeah, so for me, it definitely worked. And if I helped anybody out there by, you know, restringing it or learning how to block it, that's amazing. I've gotten so much help on the web, so if I could reshare any of that knowledge, awesome. Thanks for your time. Thanks for watching the video. Hit that subscribe button and join me every week for more guitar related stuff. Until then, keep rocking.